Oh, that's a tough fight. That's a close fight. Yeah, like it was obviously Arman gave him a lot of trouble on in the first fight, but that was also on short notice, and Islam as well had to prepare for kind of like a big stylistic change in an opponent. Yeah, like once their team's very smart. The Dagestan boys are very smart. They're very intelligent at breaking down fighters. There's a lot of knowledge there, and like the handful of things that Arman does well, I'd say might be able to shut those down. Um, Islam's very defensively sound on the feet, and I feel like once he has more time to study and break down Arman's counter wrestling, yeah, I think it'll be a more dominant. I think it'll be a more dominant win for Islam in the second fight.
Who do you think is going to win between Arman and Islam at UFC 311 in the rematch? Do you think Islam will keep his championship, or do you think Arman will be the new champion for you guys to fight?
No, I think Islam is going to keep it.
Why do you think that?
Because I think he is going to be the champ until Ilia came to keep it.
Think Arman can get it done? Beat Islam?
I think he can. I do. I do think he can get it done. I think he's an athlete. Look how flexible he is. Look how he got out of that choke with Charles. That was impressive, man. He dug deep for that. And he's got a better coach. He's got a great coach. So I believe in Arman. He's an athlete. He's got big power in his hands. If he believes in those hands, I think he can knock out Makhachev.
So I think Islam's going to win. And the reason why I think that is because, Islam slows down in his fights. What I'm saying is nothing new. Everybody knows that. But when they fought, Arman actually slowed down more than Islam. So I think that tells you that that's a big advantage, because in my opinion, if Arman wins, he would have to win early against Makhachev. I don't see him winning a 5-round fight against Makhachev personally, but I could be wrong. But I do think Arman has the ability to win. If I had to put a number on it, I would say it's like 60-40, and I'm leaning towards Makhachev. It's not like I'm saying he's a huge underdog. I just think the further the fight goes, the more likely Makhachev wins. And from what I've seen, Arman slows down more than Makhachev does, and I think that's another benefit for Makhachev, because he's very technical. He's got very good range. He knows how to play the long game, and then I think Arman is more explosive in the beginning, and he starts to slow down. His best chances are early. I think he can win in the first, second, or third round.
Trains against Arman?
I always saying for this fight, like I think like 60-40, more like the Arman. I think the Arman win, but also Islam, he's upgrade his style, his upgrade his striking, his wrestling and grappling also like in another level, but he's upgrade a lot his striking. Before, when I watch like 2 fight before him, I think this guy on the striking not too good. But right now, when I watch him, he upgrade a lot. So right now, for me, it's 50-50, I think.
I think Arman's really good, right? I do think he's the second best lightweight in the division. When I'm looking at the first fight, right, that's another great fight to go back and rewatch. But Islam did look sick. Islam didn't look the same. But I do think that Islam has grown so much since that fight, regardless. And when you're looking at similar opponents, what Islam did to Oliveira and what Arman did to Oliveira, it's way different. I do think that Islam is just on another level than all these lightweights. I do think that he's just that much better everywhere, and he keeps getting better every fight. And when the only really rematch that we've seen Islam in, his second fight with Volk, he finished him. So I think this fight, he's trying to come out and do the same exact thing, where he wants to put a stamp on it. The first Volk fight was close, so he's like, all right, well, let me show you guys how much better I am than him. The first Arman fight was close, so now I think he's going to put another stamp on it.